ස්වීදන ජීවිතේ.
Bringing you the latest news from around the world, and here at home, I'm Sandro Ferdinando.
And I'm Michaela Fernando. Before we head into more news in detail, here's a look at headlines.
Minister Sajith Premadasa receives warm reception in Kurunegala, reassures his dedication to fulfill aspirations of the people. MP Anukumar Disanayaka objects to minister's delay in replying to MP's questions. Minister Kiriyalla endorses his objection.
අද දිනය පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ තාම කළු දිනයක් වෙනවා. මොකද කිසිම ඇමතිවරයෙක් එකදු ප්‍රශ්නකටවත් පිටුරු දීමට නොපැමිණි දවස වෙනවා. මම ඒක පිළිගන්නවා.
Investigations launched in search of 7 injured in April 21st attacks who provided false information.
In your top story, a special public rally to welcome the deputy leader of the United National Party, Sajith Premadasa, was held this evening in Kurunegala at the Satyavadi ground premises.
සංස්කෘතික අංශවලට මුල් තැනමින් තමන්ගේ රටේ අභිමානය සියලු ජාතීන් අතර බෙදා හදාගත් අපූර්ව ජනතා නායකයා ජනතා හරසර මැද අපේ උදාහරණ වේදිකාවට.
The deputy leader was warmly welcomed by the people in this manner.
Sajith Premadasa මැතිතුමාට Sajith Premadasa මැතිතුමා.
The rally began following religious observances.
අනාගත රාජ්‍ය නායකයාට අපේ ජනාධිපතිතුමාට
කුරුණෑගලින් තමයි රණසිංහ ප්‍රේමදාස මැතිතුමා මේ රටේ ගම්මුදා වැඩසටහන ආරම්භ කරේ.
It was in Kurunegala that Ranasinghe Premadasa initially implemented his Gammudava program. Those who are grateful in the Kurunegala district will never forget that memory. My dear friends, in November and December, when people in this country get together to strengthen the people's revolution, and when I hold the highest position in the nation, I will never forget my roots. I will be grateful to you.
Sajith Premadasage එකම පෞල් බලය මේ රටේ පුරවැසි බලයයි කියන එක මේ අවස්ථාවේ ප්‍රකාශ කරනවා. මගේ රජගෙදර මගේ මන්දිරය පොදු ජන සේවයයි කියන එක මේ අවස්ථාවේ ප්‍රකාශ කරනවා.
My palace will be social service. As the son of Ranasinghe Premadasa, who sacrificed himself for the nation, my hope is to obtain the opportunity to build the country with the blessings from Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, Karu Jayasuriya and everyone else in the UNP. I'd like to assure you that I am not a coward. I possess the bravery of the Premadasas. I am not afraid of anything. I will join hands with the people of Sri Lanka and build this country.
ගොඩගන්නවා කියලා ප්‍රකාශ කරමින් සියලුම දෙනාට ජය වේවා කියා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරමින් සියලු දෙනාටම සුබ සන්ධ්‍යාවක් ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා.
කුරුණෑගල ජනතාවට එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයට ඔබ මේ දකින්නේ අනාගත ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ 2020ට ලංකාවේ සිටින 14 ලක්ෂයක්
1.4 million Samurdhi beneficiaries are eagerly waiting to vote for him. Since 1995, those who robbed the Samurdhi gave only a small amount of 100 to 1000 rupees. It was he who brought the amount up to 3500 rupees. I don't think even in the future, this much of people from Kurunegala will gather. People in Kurunegala are waiting to vote for him to be the 7th executive president of Sri Lanka.
කුරුණෑගල දිස්ත්‍රික්කයේ ජනතාව බලාගෙන සිටින බව ප්‍රකාශ කරමින් සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස මැතිතුමාට ජය වේවා.
Meanwhile, several directives of the Sri Lanka Export Development Act, which comes under the purview of the Ministry of Development Strategies and International Trade, were taken up for debate in Parliament today.
ආණ්ඩු පක්ෂය දැන් අද දිනේ මේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් පනත තීරණය කරනවද ඡන්දයක් අරගෙන
ඡන්දයක් ඉල්ලන්නේ නැහැ අපි.
ඉල්ලන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට අද දිනේ මේ පනතට මොකද කරන්නේ?
ඡන්දය වෙන දවසකට.
මේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට රටට සාධාරණයක් කරන්න මේ බෙදීමකට යනවා. මේ බෙදීමක් ඉල්ලලා තියෙනවා. ඇයි බෙදීමක් ලබා දීමේ අපහසුතාවය?
ඡන්දයක් ඉල්ලන්නේ නැහැ. එච්චරයි.
ඇයි ඔබතුමාට කට්ටිය නැති ඉන්න ඉල්ලන්නේ නැද්ද? කට්ටිය ඡන්දය ඉල්ලන්න. අපි ඡන්දය ඉල්ලලා තියෙනවා. අපිට දෙන්න. එහෙනම් පනත ඉල්ලාස් කරගන්න.
මේ පනත ගැන විවාදය අවසන් කරලා නැහැ. ඒ නිසා විවාදයේ ඉදිරියට ගෙනියලා වෙනත් දිනයක ඡන්දය පවත්වන්න තීරණය කරනවා.
අපි
ගරු සභානායකතුමා
එහෙම ඉල්ලාස් කරගන්න බෑ. පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ ස්ථාවර නියෝග අනුව අපිට තමයි අයිතිය තියෙන්නේ ඡන්දයක් ඉල්ලන්න හරි ඡන්ද කල් දාන්න හරි. පාර්ලිමේන්තුව කල් තබන ලෙස මම ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා.
පාර්ලිමේන්තුව හෙට 10:30 දක්වා කල් තබනවා.
ස්ථාවර නියෝග අනුව ඔබතුමියට කරන්න බෑ මේක.
මේක ඉතතුමියක් ඉන්න බෝනස. ආවට කියන්නේ ලනු කන්න බෑ.
ඒ අනුව අද දිනේ කතිකයන් අවසාන වෙලා තියෙනවා නම් මේ වෙන විට තියෙන්නේ පනතේ ඡන්දය පවත්වන්න. මට සිද්ධ වෙනවා ඡන්දය ගන්න.
අවසන් වෙන්න. අදාළ ඇමතුමා ඇවිල්ලා
The respective minister could have answered the relevant questions. I made such a statement as he is not present in Parliament today. I questioned the chairing member. What is the standing order that says this debate must be concluded at this point?
What is the standing order?
This act does not state Parliament will be adjourned due to a UNP rally in Kurunegala. We must take a vote or at least finalize this matter. Failing, the entire government must go home. You said Parliament was adjourned. You are now addressing Parliament following the adjournment. What you are saying is not valid as you have already adjourned Parliament.
ගරු කතානායකතුමා මුලාසනයට.
Today is government business and we will decide when it is when to end the debate is a matter for the government.
Okay.
Not for the members here.
Order please. I'll suspend for 10 minutes and we'll meet out the party leaders.
After reconvening Parliament, the Speaker informed Parliament of the decision. As per the standing orders, the Leader of the House has the authority to take decisions regarding parliamentary affairs. The proposal calling for a vote should also be presented by the Leader of the House. Under such conditions, it was determined that calling for a vote in Parliament was not established. As discussed and agreed by the Committee on Constitutional Affairs, this matter will be presented in Parliament on another day.
Minister Malik Samaravikrama expressed the following views in Parliament today.
As far as the exports of apparels are concerned, yes, it is true that substantial amounts, about 30 to 35, 40% of the raw materials are imported. Now this government and the BOI is setting up a separate industrial zone to manufacture fabrics for export purposes and for the export industry. That will come up probably in Eravur. We have already identified the location close to the sea.
A heated argument broke out when ministers were not present to answer the questions raised in Parliament.
පද්ම උදේශාන්ත ගුණසේකර මැතිතුමාගේ ප්‍රශ්නය ගරු මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක් අහනවාද?
ඒක සබ්දයක් කල් ඉල්ලුවා සර්.
ප්‍රශ්නාංක 9 ගරු මොහම්මද් නසීර් මැතිතුමාගේ ප්‍රශ්නය ගරු මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක් අහනවාද?
ඒක මාසයක් කල් ඉල්ලුවා සර්.
ප්‍රශ්නාංක 11 ගරු ඉෂාක් රහමාන් මැතිතුමාගේ ප්‍රශ්නය ගරු මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක් අහනවාද?
අහනවා. මාසයක් කල් ඉල්ලුවා සර්.
ප්‍රශ්නාංක 12 ගරු නලින්ද ජයසිංහ මැතිතුමාගේ ප්‍රශ්නය ගරු මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක් අහනවාද?
මාසයක් කල් ඉල්ලුවා.
ප්‍රශ්නාංක 13 ගරු රෝහිත අබේගෝන්දන මැතිතුමාගේ ප්‍රශ්නය ගරු මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක් අහනවාද?
මාසයක් කල් ඉල්ලුවා.
බන්දුරු ගුණාන්දර මැතිතුමාගේ ප්‍රශ්නය ගරු මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක් අහනවා?
සති දෙකක් කල් ඉල්ලුවා.
It will be a dark day in Parliament today because there were no ministers to answer a single question that was raised. You are not present here today to answer 15 questions. The tenure of Parliament ends in a few more months and these questions were also delayed.
I agree. Our leader Ranil Wickremesinghe has asked us to give priority to Parliament. You can do everything else once you have fulfilled your duties in Parliament.
ඒව කළා තමයි අනිත් වැඩ වලට යන්න ඕන.
But the situation is that ministers and parliamentarians in Parliament do not obey the Prime Minister. I am disappointed. A massive amount of public money is used to convene Parliament. I propose that we adjourn Parliament till all the elections are over and elect a Parliament from the general election and then move on with these proceedings. I will report this to the President as well.
Questions are directed to the ministry. Answers are sent by the officials. It is the responsibility of the officials to send them. If they had done that, even though the minister is not present, leader of the house will table it at the second round of the debate.
When a question is raised, we usually get the reply in 6 months. If a private member's bill is forwarded, then it will take more than 2 years. If we lose that opportunity, that is a violation of parliamentary privileges. I am speaking in general to both the opposition and the government.
In more local news, the land price index for the Colombo district has increased during the first half of 2019.
The land price index for the Colombo district increased 132.2 during the first half of this year, recording an increase of 13.6% compared to the first half of 2018. The land price index includes 3 components: the residential land price index, commercial land price index, and industrial land price index. The industrial LPI recorded the highest year-on-year increase of 14.9%, while the commercial LPI and residential LPI increased by 13.2% and 12.8% respectively. The land price index is compiled by the Statistics Department of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, while data is sourced from the Government Valuation Department.
In more local news, police said that 293 individuals have been arrested in connection with the April 21st attack.
Investigations on these 293 suspects are over. 115 are remanded. Further investigations are conducted on the other 178 suspects. Bank accounts of 41 suspects have been frozen. Those accounts contain over 134 million rupees. Over 20 million rupees which belong to these terrorist groups have been seized by the Criminal Investigations Department. Assets valued at over 6 billion rupees have been identified by the CID. The CID has already recorded statements from 81 victims who were injured from the attacks at the St. Anthony's Church in Kochikade. 7 other injured victims were identified who received treatment from the Colombo General Hospital and the Kalubowil Hospital. There were difficulties in getting in contact with them due to errors in the addresses provided by them. Statements should be recorded from these 7 victims to conclude the investigations. One of those victims is Dilip Raj, number 25, Phosphate Road, Dikoya, Jayasudevan Karavanella, EPK section, Namunukula, Lakshana Hilton, Holvatta, Lidula, F. Stanley Port, Garden Norwood, SR Fernando, number 170/1, Talanagampara, Kadugannava, Alexander Stars Kin, Bhagavantalava, Lower section, Bhagavantalava, Avalan Victor, Punkudattivu Kites. Above mentioned are the 7 victims. The CID hotline is 011 239 2900. By calling this hotline, the statements essential for these investigations can be provided.
The former chairman of the People's Bank, Hemasiri Fernando, and former additional secretary to the Ministry of Finance, R. Semasinghe, were instructed by the COP to be present before the Parliamentary Privileges Committee.
The COP also instructed the Secretary to the Ministry of Finance to formulate a recruitment policy. During court proceedings, it was revealed that the People's Bank reported an irrecoverable debt of 37.7 billion rupees. Presenting facts before the committee today, former chairman of the People's Bank revealed that the bank had incurred heavy losses as a result of awarding the contract of the project to digitally transform the bank to a company named Silver Lake. The former chairman added that the losses were mainly incurred due to the trust placed in one particular individual. During court proceedings, it was further revealed that the bank had recruited individuals over a period of time based on a list provided by the subject minister. It was further revealed 80 such recruits are currently under training. Therefore, the administration, including the secretary to the Ministry of Finance, were instructed to formulate a recruitment policy immediately. It was further revealed 40% of the total loan portfolio of the People's Bank were loans given out to state institutions. The secretary to the Ministry of Finance further said funds allocated for lending to the private sector were deposited in the central bank under minimum interest rates.
A heated debate between MPs Nimal Lanka and Ashu Marasinghe took place in Parliament today. Now, certain sections of the debate were removed from the Hansard on the order of the Speaker.
The Catholic community and the Sinhalese community do not accept the report by the Parliamentary Select Committee. We will not even accept the report by the commission appointed by the President. We requested for an unbiased, independent investigation panel. That is not provided by the government. The government pretends like they don't hear this when 300 died even after it was informed 97 times before. They should be somewhat sympathetic about this.
ඒක පිළිබඳ පොඩි ඇඟීමක් තියෙන්න බෑ තමුන්නාන්සලාට. සාරාන්ලට කඩේ යන්න එපා. සාරාන්ට කඩේ යන්න එපා තමුන්නාන්සේ. සාරාන්ලට ත්‍රස්තවාදීන්ට කඩේ යනවා අංශුමාරසිංහ. ලැජ්ජයි.
මගේ නම කියලා මෙහෙම බයින් දෙන්න බෑ සභාවේ. මෙතුමා කියන සම්පූර්ණ වැරදි මේ කතාව.
ඔබට ඒකට පිළිතුරක් දෙනවා පිළිතුරක් දෙන්න.
අපි කිසිම අවස්ථාවක සහරාන්ලා ප්‍රොමෝට් කරලා නැහැ. අපි හැමතිස්සෙම මේ විරුද්ධව කතා කරලා දෙනවා. ඔබතුමා නිකම් මේ බොරුවට
තමුන්නාන්සලා ත්‍රස්තවාදීන්ගේ සාරාන්ලගෙන් ඡන්ද බලන් ඉන්නේ. මම හිතනවා මිනිස්සු බෝම්බ
මේවා අයින් කරන්න හැන්සන් එකකින් අපි
ඊට අමතරව ඔබතුමාට අවශ්‍ය නම් එතුමාට පිළිතුරු දෙන්න අවස්ථාව දෙන්න ඔබ.
මට අවස්ථාව දෙන්න හරි.
අතෝලික
It is we who are saddened by the death of the Catholics. Ashu Marasinghe doesn't feel that way.
එන්ජිஓ කාරයන්ගෙන් සල්ලි අරගෙන නටන മന്ത്രിවරේ ඒවනම් 50ක් ගේන්න බෑ තමුන්නාන්සනේ කාරක සභාවේ හිටියේ. ඒක 50ක් ගෙනවද? හරි ඒක 50ක් ගෙනවද? මගේ මිනිස්සු වෙනුවෙන් මං කතා කරන්නේ. අනේ යන්න മന്ത്രിතුමා යන්න. ඔයාගේ පාට් තියාගන්න ඔයා ගාව. ඒවා ඔය සාරල්ලට දුන්නට, ත්‍රස්තවාදීන්ට දුන්නට, මිනිස්සු මරප එක ගානක් නැතුණට මට කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. මට තියෙනවා ඇඟීමක්. මට තියෙනවා කැක්කුමක්. මට තියෙනවා කතෝලික මිනිස්සු වෙනුවෙන් කතා කරන්න. ඔය තේරින් කාරක සභාව අපි විශ්වාස කරන්නේ නැහැ.
මම මේ මෙතුමා මරාගෙන මැරෙනවයි කියනවනේ. ඒ සම්බන්ධව ඔබතුමා ගන්න පියවර මොකක්ද?
ඒ කාරණා පිළිබඳව මම හැන්සාර්ටෙන් ඉවත් කරනවා ඒ කාරණා.
නියෝජ්‍ය කතානායක
I only wanted him to remove the words Yaka and Tamuse from the Hansard. The moment I said that, his statement changed completely. He says at the end that he will come with a suicide bomb. I am not sure as to why MPs talk in this manner.
මෙහෙම කතා කරන්නේ ඇයි മന്ത്രിවරු මේ රටේ?
ගරු මන්ත්‍රීවරු
If there was someone else in your seat, MP Marasinghe won't be speaking now. So don't set a bad example as a deputy speaker.
එතකොට දෙන්නපා නියෝජ්‍ය කතානායක පුටුවේ ඉඳගෙන
ගරු මන්ත්‍රීතුමා
අපි මන්ත්‍රීවරු හැටියට මෙතන සියලු දෙනාගේ
order please ඔබතුමා තීරුම් අරගන්න. මම එතුමාට අවස්ථාව දුන්නේ ආණ්ඩු පක්ෂයේ මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක් හැටියට.
ආණ්ඩු පක්ෂ මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක් හැටියට දෙන්න
කරන්න ලේඛනයේ අවස්ථාව තියෙනවා. ඒ වෙලාවට කියන්න ඔබතුමා කියන දේ. හරිද?
නියෝජ්‍ය කතානායක
Deputy Speaker, if you can't control them, remove them from Parliament. We can't let them speak like this. I have no accusations against me. He said that I have obtained money and I request him to present the required evidence to prove this. I am ready to vacate my seat. We don't have an accusation against us. It was they who gave narcotics to people in Negombo and destroyed their lives. We didn't do that. We never tried to protect Zaran and terrorists. We always stood against terrorism. His asset declarations are there in Parliament. I ask him to publish them.
Still in your local news, the 75th anniversary celebrations of the Moors Cultural Home was held in Colombo last evening. The Moa's Islamic Cultural Home was inaugurated in 1944 by some leading dedicated service-oriented Muslims who decided to form an association to promote educational, social and cultural activities. The event was attended by Speaker Karujaya Surya, leader of the Tamil National Alliance R. Sampandan, ministers, MPs, ambassadors and several other dignitaries.
All communities living in this country have an equal stake and responsibility promoting moderation and tolerance for communal harmony and sustain peace in this country. At the same time, we need to create in this country a culture of accountability and transparency in our social and political space, as well as in our conduct for building trust and confidence among all communities living in Sri Lanka.
The leader of the Tamil National Alliance, R. Sambandan, also addressed the gathering.
The country today, as far as the economy is concerned, is on the brink of disaster. As far as polity is concerned, we don't know where we are. We are in a dangerous state. This should not continue. This should be brought to an end. All political parties must come together and work for the unity of the country, the integration of our people. That is the only salvation we have.
The observations made by R. Sambandan is perhaps hypocrisy at its best. The people of the country will undoubtedly recall that Mr. Sambandan, in spite of his professed dissatisfaction with the state of the economy, supported the very same government not once but twice. Now that the entire nation is on the cusp of elections, Mr. Sambandan is shamelessly indulging in matters that are of great importance, even though he remained silent at the time that this fiscal mismanagement was taking place. Just as much as dairy products have an expiry date, it is perhaps time for Mr. Sambandan to exit from the world of people's representation and enjoy retirement.
CIMA's annual flagship event, the Business Leaders Summit, got underway at the Shangri-La Hotel in Colombo today.
The summit was held under the theme Leading the Shift, Adaptability, Resilience and Transformation, attracted around 400 C-suite leaders in the country. This year's summit focused on key areas of business, changing nature of business and complexities brought on by numerous events. International speakers and academics deliberated on the current and relevant topics to help today's businesses to lead the charge, flow through uncertainty, understand the need to adapt, and most importantly, to transform and achieve the pinnacle of success. The panel session on leading the shift over the 100 years was moderated by managing partner of KPMG, Mr. Riaz Mihular.
Whatever companies that have survived for more than 100.
Group Director of the Capital Maharaja Organization Limited, Shevan Daniel, moderated the panel discussion on era of modern leadership.
Asserting my humanity and my place in this society.
Yesterday, we made a revelation on the drawbacks of the Central Expressway project. Now to bring you more details, we are joined by Newsfirst, Shalan Benedict.
Yesterday, revelations were made by Newsfirst that the middle section of the Central Expressway is being constructed without the first phase or the last phase of the Central Expressway being constructed. Now, following this revelation made by Newsfirst, the Road Development Authority convened a media briefing, because this seems as a road that leads to nowhere, because it has the middle section of the Central Expressway but not the start and the end. Now, at the press briefing that was convened by the Road Development Authority, this is what they had to say.
The first phase will be constructed under loans from the Chinese Exim Bank. It is close to $1 billion. It is about 968 million rupees, according to what I remember. Until today, no such loans had been obtained. The loan agreement was signed at the start of this year. There is a provision in our agreement with the construction company that states the construction company will incur the expenses of the project until the loan from the Exim Bank comes in. The construction of about 7% of the project has now been done by the funds of the construction company. We can only start working on the project properly after we receive the loan. I think we will receive the loan in about 2 or 3 weeks. We have to pay an advance of 15% for the project.
දෙකක් තුනක් ඇතුළත හම්බෙන විදිහට තමයි තියෙන්නේ. මොකද අපි ඇඩ්වාන්ස් එකක් ගෙවන්න ඕනේ 115ක.
Now, 15% of $1 billion $1 billion translates to 180 billion Sri Lankan rupees. It's a massive amount of money. Now, this is the amount that has to be paid as an advance for the project. Wimal Veeravansa was speaking yesterday about commissions being taken out of this project and certain fathers and daughter relationships involved as the people who these commissions were given out to. Now, of course, even for argument's sake, a commission of 10% from the 15% of this $1 billion would amount to 2.7 billion Sri Lankan rupees. Now, this is, of course, a massive amount. But what's funny about this project is in 2015, Ranil Wickremesinghe laid the foundation stone for the construction of this project. In 2017, Minister of Highways Lakshman Kiriyalla came out and said that the construction of this project has been given to a Chinese company and that the construction are currently ongoing. But at the media briefing, it was revealed that the loan agreement for this project was only signed at the start of this year, which is quite recently. And he did say that no loan amount has been obtained currently for this project. So there is a question of credibility that arises. Is the statement of Minister Lakshman Kiriyalla true, or is the statement that is given out by the RDA true? Now, if you are wondering what were the answers to the countless other allegations that are being leveled on mismanagement surrounding the Central Expressway project, this is what the RDA had to say regarding those.
The 2-month delay in October and with the April 21st attacks, we encountered a delay of 5 months. Otherwise, this was due to end in November last year. We can open it by March next year. Along with what we have planned from Potuhara to Galagedara, we tried to get the funds from the Japanese Mitsubishi Bank. There were a number of issues that arose then. Even now, we have handed over these issues to the Attorney General's Department for a solution.
නීතිපති දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවත් එක්ක කතා කරනවා ඒගොල්ලන්ට විසඳල් දෙන්න කියලා බාර දීලා තිනවා
We have to break through these hills. Then it will be hard for us to get a return on our investment. What we are doing here is, we have identified 8 possible roads that will ease the traffic in Kandy if the Central Expressway extends to Galagedara. There are certain social issues that arise due to the development. When the Southern Expressway was built, the income from the Kalutara Bodhi had dropped drastically. So we have thought about these and decided to allocate a separate space for local industries like Kaludodol and curd at the service areas along the highway that we construct in the future. So we have formulated a plan to develop the 12 kilometers from Pasiala to Mirigama. So if there is anyone who wants to go to Kandy or Dambulla, they can come to Pasiala and then travel to Mirigama and then use the highway until we construct the first phase.
පස්සයාලට ඇවිල්ලා පස්සයාලේ මීරිගමට ඇවිල්ලා අපේ අධිවේගී මාර්ගය පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් පළවෙනි එක හදනකම්.
Now, the chairman of the RDA spoke about breaking through mountains to construct this project and how that would affect the ROI of the project. Of course, the people of this country remember how, although the government is reluctant to break through these mountains, the people of this country can remember how the government of the country broke into the central bank and how certain leading figures in the government were involved in such matters. The people are also aware of these ministers of investing in unsound and useless projects and breaking in to the coffers of this country that has made the coffers of this country bleed with billions and billions of taxpayers' rupees from Sri Lanka. We will continue to keep close watch on these controversial projects that has cost the country dearly and that is continuing to cost the country dearly in the future as well.
Now, during court proceedings, Secretary of Sri Lanka Cricket Mohan De Silva accepted that SLC had maintained foreign-based bank accounts and memorandum of understandings were signed in this regard.
උත්තර ශ්‍රී ලංකා ක්‍රිකට් කියන නම පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඔබතුමාලා එයාට බලය දීලා තියෙනවද? බලය දීලා තියෙනවා අපි. බලය දීලා තියෙනවා. මම ඇහුවේ ගාන නෙමෙයි ලේඛනේ තියෙනවද කියලා.
මට ඇත්තටම මතක නැහැ.
මතක නැහැ. නමුත් තියෙනවා කියලා ඔබතුමා කියනවා. එතකොට මහන් මහත්තයා ඒ අයගේ ගිණුම් වල තියෙන දැන් වර්තමාන තත්ත්වය ඒ කොච්චර මුදල් තියෙනවද?
ඒක
කියන්නේ ඔබතුමාලට වාර්තා ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන්.
මාරු වෙනවා සභාපතිතුමා ඒ ඔෆිස් බෑරර්ස්.
ගිණුම් වාර්තා ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන්ද බැරිද කියන එක විතරයි ඇහුවේ.
හැබැයි දැන් ඒ ඩොක්ටර් ක්වින්ටස් කියන එක නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ඒ ෆවුන්ඩේෂන් එකක්
මම ඇහුවේ පුජ්‍යලයා නෙමෙයි. ඔබතුමාට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ මම අහන එක. ඒක නැත්නම් හොඳටම තේරිලා වැරදි උත්තරයක් දෙනවා.
that is because we have a MOU signed with them.
These are private associations. මම ඒක තමයි ඇහුවේ.
Right, but if you can give me
MOU එකක් තියෙනවා. කිනු වාර්තා ලබා දෙන්න තියෙනවා කියලා.
That's right. Yes.
because I can get funds under that.
Newsfirst continuously reported of foreign accounts that were maintained in the name of Sri Lanka Cricket. The Banamex bank account, the BBVA Compass account and several other accounts opened for dollar transactions are namely a few. Newsfirst also revealed that the address linked to the Banamex bank account was identical to that of Sri Lanka Cricket. The forensic audit revealed of attempts to transfer funds worth $436,541 received as the second installment for broadcasting rights from the South African tour to another account. On the 12th of July 2018, an email was sent out by the head of finance of SLC to Sandeep Patel of Sony, instructing that the funds be transferred to a bank account named Wales Fargo. The forensic audit revealed the relevant SLC officials had failed to provide the number of the respective bank account for the audit. Therefore, it's fair to say that Sri Lanka Cricket maintains 4 foreign bank accounts. Ultimately, officials of Sri Lanka Cricket were compelled to accept during court proceedings that the institution maintained foreign accounts. If the relevant officials of Sri Lanka Cricket had committed such actions with good intentions, they would not be in this position today.
And with that, we have our primetime news for tonight.
Thank you for watching. Good night.